Good morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to another episode on All the Gear Some Idea, and welcome to the next episode of the Cortina. So today I'm going to be going through some more of the welding, hopefully get some filler on some areas, and hopefully, fingers crossed, going to get it fired up and turned around so I can make a start on the other side. So yeah, thanks very much for joining us, and hope you enjoyed the video. So we're a few weeks on from the first video that I found. Obviously, this is part two. If you haven't watched part one, then go back and have a look at that. I'm sure we'll create a playlist for it. Oh, you have to excuse me. I've got the snivels today. A really runny nose. It's not good. Um, yeah. So as you can see, the whole of the floor is in now, all the way along. I'm going to tidy up those welds and then put a bit of seam sealer in that gap there, just along, all the way along, just to help keep any toxins out. Toxins, is that right? Yeah, impurities. We've also got the outer sill on now, so that's all on and welded. Obviously, still yet to be stone chipped. I've started to take the welds back, but I think it looks reasonably tidy. I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. And then obviously got the plug welds underneath where it's joined on to the other side. Sealed that up at the back. Again, need to sort those welds out, grind them back. And today I'm going to be sorting this area out on the arch. So there is a gap between the arch and I guess it's the chassis leg or the floor pan there. So I'm going to be putting some metal in there, and then again fill in that area in there as well. And again here as well, it's just not looking too clever at all. So going to rectify that. I think I'm going to try and make a gap all the way up, and then just put some right angle section in behind there, and hopefully make it look a bit tidier. When it comes to the rear of the arch, obviously those of you who are familiar with Cortinas will know that they were filled with expanded foam from the factory in this area. I wasn't quite sure of that. I thought someone had done a dodgy repair on it when I first got the car, so I started stripping it out and getting all the expanded foam out as much as I could, and then realised that it was actually how they came from the factory. So yeah, pretty unusual. Or it might not be. I don't know. You tell me. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think in the comments. Um, yeah, let us know what you think so far, guys. I'm it's getting there slowly. When I said about the fillering, oh, you don't lock the door. Stupid boy. So obviously I'll be getting the seal out of the way, and then I mean this has had a repair before in the inner arch, going up here, and I need to put some either some weld in there or put a small piece in there. Sort that on that as well. But yeah, I'm going to put some filler down in this section, and then a little bit down in there as well, just to hopefully tidy that up. And yeah, I'm not sure what colour the colour code this is. I think it's M9. I did look on the chassis plate the other day, but I can't remember. I'm not going to sort that out until the car's on the road. I mean, that's not going to affect it. If anything, I'll just put a bit of duct tape on that for when it goes for an MOT. Because yes, I am going to MOT it. The last MOT it had years ago, it failed, and then it never passed after that. So I think just to set the record straight, it's good to put a fresh MOT on it. So yeah, we'll be doing that. I'm sure once we're done, it'll be up to standard, if not better. Hopefully better. Yes. And then moving on to in the front inner wing. So I've also flapped this back, the sort of Schultz coating in the inner arch, and applied some rust converter all around the join basically, and inside the inner wing in areas. So yeah, that's all going to get stone chipped behind there, and hopefully that'll prolong it for a bit longer. I've also done the same in here because it's looking a bit worse for wear. I might need to put a few patches here and there inside the headlights around. It's seen better days, but compared to other parts on the car, Could be a hell of a lot worse. I need to take the dash out, I think, because there's areas at the bottom of the windscreen in the corners that need attention. I'm not going to take the windscreen out just yet because I'm a bit scared. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to take the windscreen out just yet. I'm going to take the dash out as much as I can and see what's going on behind there, see if I can put some rust converter in, because I'm well aware that the reason we get the issues with the rust, like you can see down in that corner there, oh, check me out with a zoom. Look at this, it's fantastic. Yeah, it usually comes from the bottom of the windscreen areas. So yeah, I'm thinking that's probably where water has made its way in. I mean, you can see on the outer scuttle as well, it started to eat in the corners. So I am going to have to take the windscreen out at some point, but it's not going to be before I get on the road. I might tackle that next year once I've got the worst of the rust sorted. But looking up, I'm just going to stop the video there and I'll show you underneath the bonnet up where the fan motor is. So yeah, watched a few videos on Cortina City. Hi to the guys on there if you're watching. Yeah, mentioning that if you look up in behind the motor, up under the scuttle there, I mean, once I've got the engine out, the gearbox will be coming out as well. So I can see the extent of it. But usually, if you're relatively clean in and around here and up there, it's not too bad. I mean, the other side actually looks a bit worse than this side does, excuse me. Oh, I can look at the paint code now, can't I? So let's have a look. R6, there we go. So you got any idea what colour R6 is? Obviously it's a red, which I guess is what the R stands for. I had a feeling it was cardinal red. I might be wrong. I'm sure we can have a look online and decipher that. But if you know and you get there before I do, then please do leave us a comment. Anyway, right, I need to decide what I'm going to get on with first. So obviously that's the gap I was talking about in the arch. I have to get this foam out of the way, otherwise that's going to conveniently combust. Sorry, inconveniently combust. Oh, something doesn't conveniently combust, does it? Silly of me. But yeah, and then once we've got that arch area sorted, I might put a spot filler on there. I might leave that to a later date, I don't know. This is the thing. I need to write a plan of action, really. That'd be a good idea. What do you think? Let me know. Anyway, that's enough of my rambling, so let's move on and make a start on today's work, shall we? Right then guys, so we're ready to move on to the first bit of panel we're going to put in today. As I say, we're doing a bit of work on the arch lip, the inner arch lip today, where it meets the chassis leg in the inside. So I've put this panel in, it's held in with a magnet in a minute, and then you'll see on the other side in just a second. I've put some holes in there, cleaned the metal up underneath, put a bit of rust treatment in there, cleaned it up. Yeah, going to plug weld it onto the floor and then do a bit of welding onto the inner arch lip there. So fingers crossed, that'll all go hunky-dory, and then I'll just have to fill a small bit in there, and then I'll put some little pieces in up here because obviously it curves around, so the metal's not going to want to do that as it's a straight piece. So I'll have to do that out of a few little sections. I think I'm not going all the way up just yet because I've still got a fuel tank in, so I don't want to be welding too much at the back of the car with the tank in. So once I've turned the car around later on, hopefully, our next job will be to take the tank out, and then I'll crack on with the other side, seal wise and floor, etc., and then make my way to the back, and then we'll get all the back done, and then fingers crossed that'll be the bodywork welding done, as in floor seals and rear end wise. Yeah, getting there slowly but surely. Gonna be interesting trying to get to them top ones, that's for sure. Yeah, so now you can see we got that panel in position. Nice and solid, that's not going anywhere. It's nice, good to see. So yeah, I might tap that arch just in a bit and bring it a little bit closer, and then we'll fill that gap in there. Obviously, I mentioned it in the video before, I'm not a professional welder. Please don't take any hints or tips from me. I'm literally just doing this on my own car and pretty much just hoping for the best. So yeah, if you've got any hints or tips, then please do drop us a comment. Starting to think maybe I should have cleaned up a bit more of that edge, but I did clean up like the very edge, you can just see it, but maybe I should have done it before. Almost like this. If you're wondering why I keep stopping, it's basically so the arch liner doesn't get too hot and melt the panel. That's how you get blow through. So if you do like stop start, obviously it's not going to get as hot. Obviously you do run the risk of the weld not penetrating. Like, it actually sound like what I'm talking about, like, but I mean it's just common sense really. If it gets too hot, it's going to melt. It's metal. Yeah, so you get the picture, guys. I'm going to crack on now and do the rest of this little seam and then make up the other bits, and then I'll show you what we've got when we're done. You have to excuse the humming noise. Obviously that's coming from the welder. I've got the mic on, so when I'm welding you're just hearing the noise straight from my phone basically. So yeah, hope that wasn't too annoying for you, but yeah, I'm going to crack on and I'll see you in a second. So there we have it, guys. That's the finished product of that piece anyway. I'm gonna flap these welds back, and hopefully it'll look a bit more respectable. And then we'll move up on to the lower bits down there, and then up a bit up there. I'm gonna actually cut this down as well, because obviously this bit here is obviously a bit longer than the original lip. So yeah, I'll probably follow that round once I've got all the bits on, and then just cut it to a nice decent length. Alright then, guys, so yeah, that's the semi-finished product. Obviously we've got some fresh metal in there. We'll cut the lip back so it sort of follows the original contour, and I actually decided to seam weld the new piece in on the inside, and then there's another new piece up in the top there. I didn't lip it over, I just welded it up to the chassis because it didn't actually look too bad up there. But as you can see, as you continue further on, it's looking like it's going to be pretty much the same throughout the rest of the inner arch, and no doubt it's probably the same that side as well. Actually, the problem, it doesn't actually look too bad. You never know, we might get lucky on that side. Yeah, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Don't have to do as much on that side. So yeah, that's about as far as we're going to go. I'm going to coat the bare metal with some weld through primer in a second. I'll do the same with that side. Probably put some rust treatment on it all first, stop it from rusting. And yeah, I think after that we'll get on to whacking some seam sealer on the inside, on that lip there, as if the floor meets the inner sill. Sweet, and then I might even start fillering. I don't know. Oh, I'm a bit scared. Ugh. This is totally and completely random, but I found a fox sleeping randomly as I went into the back garden to get a tool. Right then, guys, so we're kind of coming towards the end of play today now. Time has kind of run away from us. As you can see, I'm a bit dusty, which might give you a bit of a clue as to what I've been doing. But I'll just flip you around. As you can see, I put some seam sealer around all the seams and put some stone chip on the inner wing where it requires it. And as you can see, like all of the welding, I've put some seam sealer in places it's needed it, and stone chipped all of the outer sill, and then the inner sill as well. That's all been stone chipped, so hopefully nice and protected now. I might put some undersill over the top, I don't know, see how I feel. And put some seam sealer on that inner lip as well, and then again on all the joins inside the car, so fingers crossed that'll protect it. And then I kept looking at the ski slope panel that I'd repaired and thought, sod it, I'm going to have a go at some fillering. So that's what I did. I think it's turned out too bad. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It still needs a bit of work, but obviously being filler, I believe it can absorb water or moisture if it's left out unprotected. So that's why I put some filler primer over it for now. I still need to do a bit of work in this corner here, and then there's a little patch up there that I've done as well. It needs a bit of work. So yeah, looks a bit more sightly than what it did before, I think. And then obviously in the arch as well, where we put those panels, that's all been stone chipped too. So yeah, that's around about it for today. Thanks very much for watching all the gear some idea, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.